Should I get an oil change this week or instead save that money and spend it on 10 iced vanilla lattes instead?
Definitely go with the iced vanilla lattes. That way, after your second one, you can then walk to the shop to get it because your car will be broken down. And I know she's joking, but I see a lot of videos where you don't know for sure if they're joking or not. Get the oil change, always.
Because the hard truth, guys, is that you can either love women or you can understand them, but you can rarely do both. Once a man sees the truth about how women really operate and what their true motivations are, the magic dies. They're no longer these mythical, magical, beautiful, innocent creatures that we are raised to believe they were. Because once you truly understand women, you realize that every I love you comes with a contract. And that contract is 457% conditional. The sex, the love, and the loyalty are all rented, never owned. And once your eyes are open, you cannot close them. Once you take the red pill, you can't spit it out. Because what happens is you start seeing the patterns. You see the manipulation, you see the testing, you see the hypergamy, and you see the performance. And every one of them is perfectly rehearsed. To love a woman blindly, you have to delete all logic from your brain. You have to pretend her past doesn't matter, you have to ignore the mind games, and you have to convince yourself that she's different. That ain't love, guys. That's hypnosis. But a man who understands doesn't chase. He observes and he reads the fine print before signing because he knows two things. Number one, her loyalty has an expiration date, and number two, her love has conditions. And I know we're gonna have squawking, not all women are like that. I know I'm gonna have women in the comments talking about, you've just been hurt, you're bitter. All of that nonsense translates to lower your guard so I can try again. See, love makes you soft, gentlemen. And the reason I know this is because I'm experiencing this very phenomenon right now. I love my wife, please believe, but I can freely admit that I'm not as hardened as I once was. I'm not as physically fit as I used to be, and I'm not as sharp or as witty as I used to be. Obviously, I'm constantly working on these things, but the truth is the truth, guys. And this is exactly why most men stay in denial. You see, the truth kills the fairy tale, but it also builds the man. And once you truly understand women, you will never love the same. Not because you're bitter, but because you're awake. And once a man is awake, he understands that if he understands women, he will never love women the same again.
Why does the average man think that he could fully beat a professional female fighter?
Well, that's because 99.9% of the time, they absolutely can. And I know hearing that is going to upset some out there, but those are probably the same ones that are getting upset that like to avoid things like factual information and basic biology. It's either that or they've been watching way too many action films and actually believe it when the 120-pound female heroine actually manages to defeat the 220-pound male villain using nothing but skill alone. It's either that or they have no concept of reality.
Something I never told my ex was, I used to go into his account when he was asleep, he'd be drunk and I would send money from his account to my account.
So let me get something straight. You stole from him and you thought that was okay. And I'm pretty sure he noticed when he woke up and he got sober. I'm pretty sure he probably checked his account and seen that it was sent to somebody, which was you. And he confronted you about it and probably just left you with it because it's you're his girl, but still you stole from him. And these women will have the audacity to call you broke, but they steal from their man.
And we have people living like this? Ah, man, we're cooked. We're cooked.
If the truth was looking at you right in your face, this definitely will be it. Watch this video.
What value is he bringing at any capacity if he's not helping solve issues? Why are you here if you can't help?
He may not be able to solve your problem right now, but he might in 6 months or a year. And the problem with women is they want the man that can solve all the problems right now, and they're not even that man's responsibility. What does a man look like solving your problems when he's dating you and 3 other people trying to figure out who his woman is about to be? That's why men don't want to commit today, because men think that women expect them to do everything for them when there's no level of, I don't even know you yet. You want me to pay your bills, solve your problems, show up for you, feed your kids. You've got this long laundry list of things that you expect a man to be, but what do you have to offer him other than sex?
Facts, but for real, what else do you have to offer? That's a real question. Let me know what you think.
If Littlefinger from the Game of Thrones had a TikTok, he would be the godfather of Red Pill podcasts. And that right there is why modern men are not sexy. Men back in the day were busy doing things, and that turned us on because women like to see men in motion. We like to see them doing things and not parked in a gamer chair with a microphone yapping. It's like comparing Rollo from Vikings to that cretin Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. I don't need to describe Rollo. He is a turn on. His reputation precedes him. But Littlefinger, that was a bitch. He sat around lecturing, whispering, pontificating, giving long speeches about desire, manipulation, and how people can be moved like chess pieces. He believed that chaos isn't a pit, chaos is a ladder. He used gossip and women's reputations as tools. But can you imagine if Littlefinger had access to a microphone or a comment section? He would be red pill, 100%. And men today are doing the same goddamn thing. Yap, 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 all day, all night. But then men say, wah, women want us to show our feelings, and we don't want to do that because we're men, and that's not masculine. But how are y'all not doing that? That's all men do. Modern men are like perimenopausal women, but at least women have an excuse for it because our hormones are going buck wild. So what is a man's excuse? Modern men also remind me of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Remember that story? This one's too hard. This one's too soft. Ooh, this one's just right. Oh, wait, maybe not. Y'all are getting your lore and your heroes mixed up, and it's not a good look. And it's not sexy. And I'm sure you can go off to other countries and be a passport bro. But these women only want you for your resources. So hey, catch 22. But until the Rollo types start showing up again, the men who are in motion, busy, doing things, not concerned about what women do, what women wear, what women say, because they're too busy building their own lives. No, we're not dealing with little fingers in the meantime. It's just not sexy. Yeah, but take it overseas, because maybe some women over there need some little fingers.
Man in the comments said, I actually like Littlefinger because he came from nothing and with the power of his own mind and cunning was able to achieve a position of power. His problem was he was too greedy for his own good. Woman responds and says, I liked him too. His psychology is that of a cunning woman. A woman here says, why don't you take those stupid stickers off your face? Exactly. Littlefinger was out here deceiving these women, going from what? Area to area, kingdom to kingdom, deceiving them, all up in their face, kissing them for years now, kissing on them, loving on them, and then eventually throwing them out the sky. Men would be like, beware of this person. That's what you hear on these podcasts. Beware of this guy. Don't look at Chad. Don't look at Tyrone. But y'all don't hear that. Y'all would rather get online. Y'all want men to be seen and not heard. And in some instances, y'all don't even want a man to be seen. Y'all don't want a man saying anything to y'all or holding y'all accountable. And men are tired of that. When a man starts to bark back, that's when you get upset.
The guys all realize too that every single thing on their list is for their women. Every job that they do is to make it so their women and their kid have a better life. What's the role for your ladies? What do you need them to do for you? They said at the end of the day, I just want her to be nice. Like just be nice. Like if I come home after being Superman all day and competing and saving the world, I want to come home to Lois Lane, not kryptonite.
Ladies, if you have a good man, he is very, very happy to work his butt off for you and provide for you and give you luxuries and give you anything that you want, as long as you are nice to him. Genuinely, they want us to be happy and they want us to be nice. Let's stop normalizing being mean to our husbands. We have our own mental load, sure. They carry a mental load. Let's stop minimizing and acting like men are just brainless and they don't do anything or think about anything. Maybe your man is retreating and not giving into his family when he gets home because you are his kryptonite. Stop being the kryptonite. Give him gentleness, give him kindness, give him love, give him appreciation, respect him.
We're so busy with their own delusions and egos, they don't think we notice red flags. We do, we just don't talk about it. We observe in silence and start counting down the days until smashing her isn't even worth keeping her around. Because the minute she starts arguing about disrespecting us or treating us like a child, we've already got one foot out the door. See, ladies, we don't explode. We withdraw. We stop correcting you. We stop caring about what you do, what you say, or where you are. But the funny thing is that you bitches think you're manipulating us when what we're really doing is giving you enough rope to hang yourselves with. We're letting you dig a deeper and deeper hole while we take mental notes of your increasing number of red flags. Yeah, we'll still smash you, we'll still smile, and we will still play along. But our emotions are already on airplane mode at this point because we realize you're not worth fixing. We don't need to win the argument. No, we win by detaching. We win by walking away without warning. We win by never coming back. And the truth is that women often mistake silence for stupidity. But a quiet man is a dangerous man because he's done caring. We don't ghost women to hurt them. We ghost them to protect our peace. And by the time she realizes what's actually happening, we've already replaced her with a quieter, more feminine woman who also protects our peace.
What's up, y'all? I just wanted to get on here and I wanted to be transparent about something, and this video is going to be a little different because I'm about to just keep it 100. Y'all, don't forget I'm human and I struggle, okay? I'm on this walk with Christ and I love it, but it's hard. It's not easy. And I'm not perfect at it. The only difference now from who I used to be is that anytime I do sin or fall into my sins, I take it to God, repent, and ask him to change, to continue to change me and all these things. But I struggle, y'all. And I've been struggling a lot with lust lately. And I've been like in this spiritual war with like my flesh and the spirit. And I struggle with my anger sometimes, and I'm coming to God and I'm like, Lord, help me, because this is like, and this person and all my, like, I struggle. Okay. And I'm learning. And anytime I learn something, obviously I'm gonna share it with y'all. You guys are literally on this walk with me. But I'd be lying if I didn't tell y'all that I struggle in it. And we all struggle. Right? Nobody is perfect, only Jesus. We are all sinners. No one is good. And I have to tell myself that because sometimes I feel like I need to be perfect, especially with this platform, right? But it's not about that. I just need to be honest with y'all. And I'm not losing my faith and I'm not giving up on my walk, but I will always repent. Always repent. Pick up my cross and keep going, because I'm not going to let the enemy win. 1. And 2, I know Jesus got my back. I know he forgave me. Doesn't mean it's okay, and doesn't mean I'm going to continue in it. It just means that I got to try harder, right? So just want to let y'all know I struggle. I'm not perfect. And I just want to be open about that because I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. But we going to keep walking. We going to keep learning. We going to keep the faith, okay? Because Jesus didn't die on that cross for nothing, right? So I hope this encourages somebody. If you're struggling too and you feel maybe you're not worthy, because I struggle with that too. It's like, I don't feel worthy, Lord. Like, you sure about me? Like, you sure? But anyways, I just want to share that with you guys. But don't forget, Jesus loves you. I love you. And I hope you guys have a good day.
Somebody in the comments said this is her telling us she failed and got cracked. I'm sorry, bless your heart, boo-boo. You know, all jokes aside, I commend you for getting online and saying that. There's a lot of women who will get out here and say, well, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have an issue with that. It's the men who are lustful and be in the men's comments talking about, you can do anything to me. You can fold me up like a pretzel and all that other nonsense.
Women are emotionally built differently than men. Women are emotionally built differently than men. And Bubba, we need you to know that. So as a woman, what would you want the everyday man to know when I say a woman is built emotionally different? Is there anything else that comes to mind?
You know, I would just say that to know that we have grace to go through every day. We have grace for our menstrual cycles. We have grace for menopause, all of that. But it's not so easy. It's hard. A lot of our days are hard.
Men need to know that your days are hard. They might be different than what his day is, but your days are hard.
But women, we work hard and we play hard and we pour out everything. We will give everything. We will pour everything out. We will pour out to our children. We'll make sure they have enough food, but we don't. We'll make sure our kids are clothed with the nicest clothes, but we don't. We'll make sure that all the bills are paid. We'll make sure that our coworkers got their projects done. Well, we will do everything. We will pour out in every area of our lives. And sometimes, too often, we find ourselves at the end of the day and we're just done.
Right. So my hope is for men is that we would know that, acknowledge it, and maybe do what we can to try to build up our women.
Well, men know that. Men know that. Make sure you see it. Men know that. Men know that y'all work hard, y'all play hard, all of that. The problem is, you think that what you're doing is harder. You think that what you're doing is more superior. That's where the problem comes in.
I'm thirsty.
I don't know about this, man. I guess they having fun, but you know, I don't know about this, man.
I'm thirsty.
I feel like it's almost, and I'm not saying that she's wrong. I'm not saying that she's wrong. I think she's, saying some stuff that might actually help. But I feel like this is on the line. Like it's orbiting around when women say, put me in my feminine, right? I'm looking at the caption. It says a lot of men feel stuck right now, and not because they don't want to help or to show up, right? I feel like some of these modern women who aren't able to go out and do things, or they make the man their world or their hobby, then
if you're talking to a guy and you say something along the lines of, oh, I'm so hungry, oh, I didn't eat today, and he doesn't offer to get you food or offer to order you food or bring you food, or you don't get a Cash App Zelle notification in 5 minutes, he doesn't like you. He doesn't like you, because how can your just no, he doesn't like you, sis.
Why does money always have to be involved in order for a guy to like you? Like, why he just can't like you without the financialness? Because he didn't send you no food and you said you was hungry? Like, so at this point, if you haven't ate all day, baby, you shouldn't be telling nobody you haven't eaten all day. You need to get your ass up and feed yourself. You a grown ass person. Like, why does he have to send you some money because you said you was hungry? Because I guarantee you, if he said he was hungry, your ass ain't sending no cash apps or trying to bring him no food. So why do you feel that he owe you that? Like, you not entitled to this man? Like, girl, sit down somewhere. Y'all always feel like they obligated to feed you, dress you, pay for maintenance, do all this other shit. You're grown, baby. Welcome to the real world.
Minimum yearly income to be your future husband.
200.
200K. I don't know. It seems a bit, I think you should lower your expectations a little bit.
I would rather not get into a situation where I wasn't 100% content than just force myself to do something and be 50% about it.
This. If you could find a guy who gave you 80% of everything that you want, would you take that deal?
I think I want tremendous things. 80%.
Are you a tremendous person?
Absolutely.
You think that. Do you think men think that?
Absolutely.
If you are genuinely a tremendous person, you would have been picked.
How do you know that people haven't tried?
Is that why you're still single?
I mean, I know you guys, well, what about you, Brian? Like, I think I'm an average guy, but I don't know. I think this idea of thinking like, I'm so tremendous, it's like this level of pride and egotism and narcissism. If you're holding out, if you think you're hot, you're going to be holding out for hot. But if maybe that's not the case, you got to readjust your expectations a little bit.
I'd rather...
All right, well, hey, at least you're honest.
You gotta stop walking around like you're not better than men. You, as a woman, are better than every single man on this earth. There is not a man walking, dead or alive, that is better than you as a woman. Women create men. Women give birth to men. So how dare you be moving through life as if you are not better than them? You are. Men owe you. Men owe women everything. And that is the way that you should be conducting yourself when you deal with men. Stop being overly nice. Stop trying to fit in or do things that you think a man is going to like. Who cares what he likes? Wear your hair the way you want to wear your hair. Wear it whatever you want to wear. Carry yourself with a feminine energy and that embodies that you are that girl.
Hold on, let me check real quick, bro. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
The guys are going out tonight to grab a few drinks. Is it cool if I go?
Yep.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, go.
I mean, I'm only gonna be like an hour.
Okay.
Just okay, or?
I don't care. Go.
I mean, you want me to bring you something back? You want some food? I'll bring you something back.
Nope.
I can't go, bro.
Okay, let me say this slow because some of you are still romanticizing. If you're dating a woman right now and you don't look for these 5 things, you're not hoping for love. You're gambling with your sanity. First, does she support you or does she compete with you? Because if every win of yours makes her quiet, weird, or sarcastic, that's insecurity. A woman who's meant for you doesn't see you as someone to beat. If she needs to outdo you to feel powerful, she'll destroy the relationship just to protect her ego. Love doesn't feel like a power struggle. If it does, you already lost. Second, can she take accountability without turning into the victim? Watch carefully. When you bring something up, does she listen or do the tears start, the excuses roll in, and suddenly you're apologizing? If she can't say, I was wrong without collapsing, she will gaslight for the rest of your life. No accountability means no growth. Third, is she emotionally consistent or just addictive? And don't lie to yourself here. If she's loving today, distant tomorrow, obsessed next week, and gone the next, that's not chemistry. That's trauma bonding. You're not in love. You're hooked. Peace feels boring only when you're addicted to chaos. The one doesn't keep you guessing. She doesn't confuse you. You know where you stand because her energy doesn't lie. Fourth, does she respect your boundaries or punish you for them? This one exposes everything. If you say no and she pulls away, if you set a boundary and she guilt trips you, if your limits make her cold, dramatic, or distant, that's not love, that's control. Anyone who makes you feel bad for having boundaries is proving exactly why you needed them in the first place. Fifth, does she choose you when it's inconvenient? Not when it's fun, not when it's easy, not when you're winning. When life is messy, when emotions are uncomfortable, when staying requires effort, because attraction shows up when it benefits you. Commitment shows up when it costs you. Anyone can love you at your best. The one stays when there's nothing to gain. If you have to convince her to choose you, she's not the one. If you're constantly proving your worth, you're already losing. The right woman doesn't drain you, she grounds you. And if this triggered you, good. That means somewhere inside, you know exactly what you've been tolerating.
I don't argue with girls, ever. So what do you do if you get in a disagreement with someone that you're with?
Then we can sit knee to knee and have an adult conversation.
but there's going to be no yelling.
So what's the difference between that and an argument? Is an argument
A guy that punches a hole in a wall.
Okay.
A guy that slams a door. A guy that can't sit and be with her. If I'm with a girl, I look at it as my job to be her emotional, stable outlet. I've said on many podcasts, I believe a man's job is to be the mountain that a woman's emotional waves crash into. Women are more emotional than men. And when men start acting very emotional, in a lot of ways, I believe he's telling that woman that he can't emotionally handle the situation. And then she loses respect. Look, if he has a hard time at work or something's going wrong or he takes a loss, I don't think she's going to leave him. But I think if he acts like a child and very, very emotional, I think she'll start to get nervous and panic because obviously he cannot handle the situation. Am I saying that a man can't have feelings? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that he should be the strong one. I believe that the genders are different. They're equal in different ways, and what loads their value are completely different things. And I think that's completely okay. And I know that if there are more strong men out there, then women could allow themselves to let go and be more feminine.
I don't always agree with everything that he says, but it makes me think of, a lot of these women out here will go in the direction that a man is going, even if they don't 100% agree with it, just because that's the way the group is going. As long as a man is sticking his foot in the ground and saying, no, this is the way that we're going to go, he's not backing off, even when her emotions are the way her emotions are, and she knows that she's out of pocket with her emotions, and he says, okay, I understand all of that, but this is where I'm going and this is why I'm going there. They'll follow along. They might get down the road 20 years later and say, I'm divorcing him and I want to go do my own thing. I should have done this sooner. The only thing I regret is not doing it sooner. Because the man was going in a certain direction. It's not necessarily only because they loved him, but like I said, he was going in a certain direction and they really didn't have any better idea. They were just kind of along for the ride. A lot of these modern women, they do that. That's just the way that they operate. The girls are going, they're doing this, I'm going to do this. I see them doing this. It's honestly, truly kind of peer pressure. I see them doing this. They look like they know what they're doing. They look like they're having fun. I'm going to do the same thing. And with a man, like I said, I don't necessarily agree with everything that he says and that he does. But when you have a man come through, some of these modern women are so starved for the touch of a man. They're so starved for the attention and validation that they'll get into these relationships with this Chad and this Tyrone. And because these guys seem like they have a direction or they know where they're going, they'll go down the road with them. Be in the road after a kid or two, after they'd have been knocked down and then sent back out, knocked down again, sent back out, cheeks clapped once again. Now they're saying, wait a minute, I don't want to keep on going down this road. But they were only going down that road because Chad and Tyrone seemed like they had a direction, if that makes any sense. What modern women need to start doing, in my opinion, is figuring out how to vet the direction that they need to go. And it doesn't mean these weird, ridiculous standards. It means, no, you don't look like you're doing what I need to be doing. You look like you're going in a negative direction. I'm trying to go in a positive direction. So you and I, we ain't clicking. Lady in the comments said, so how does a woman talk about the word of God in Christ and then comes out half naked for the world to see almost everything. Another woman says, I love her down, but this is not an outside outfit. It's lingerie, and it's supposed to be worn in the bedroom for your man. Another woman says, what kind of man is she trying to attract? Just asking. Yep. Interesting. We don't know. We don't know. I don't even know why you would wear this. Once again, I understand that these modern women want to feel confident. They want to feel beautiful, like they can really. The thing nowadays is bearing your soul, who you are, all parts of you, even the ugly parts, even the parts that you feel ashamed about. But this is not the way to do it. We, at our big age, we have to figure out another way besides taking our clothes darn near all the way off to show that we're confident in ourselves.
Right? So marriage does take about 8 to 10 years off of married women. Right? So the marital benefit is for men.
No. Wait. You said it takes 8 to 10 years off of a woman's life.
Yes. So anyone
married.
watching this and knows me, they'll say, but Doc, what about the benefit for wives? I'd rather be single than a wife, because it seems like these wives are losing about a decade, all right, in dysfunctional relationships, or in relationships where the wife is saying, this is too much. I'm bringing home the bacon. I'm having to take care of the kids. I might even be taking care of a blended family, taking care of our aging family, still doing the PTA, still working out, still helping you out, still dealing with your stuff, right? This is harder than my single girlfriend who just has to manage herself and not deal with all of the issues. So what happens is that men realize, so the marriages that are working, they realize this is not my dad.
So I think what he means is women in high conflict or unequal marriages experience stress levels that they feel more draining than being single, especially when they carry most of the responsibilities. But the 8 to 10 years off of a woman's life that's not supported by any fact, right? And also, we like to talk about what women like to do, what they have to do, but we never really talk about what the man does in the situation or in the marriage, right? You see women when they get married, a lot of the minor tasks that they used to do, a lot of the, I built this, and any work with tools, you got to be thinking about yard work, car maintenance. Well, I got to go get the tires inspected. Or I need to go get my oil changed. Or I need to go get my car inspected. All of these minor things. Some of these women even expect a man to go take care of a traffic ticket. But they don't talk about that. They're too busy talking about the PTA meeting that they went to and how much better they are than a man. Right? So then we say, okay, the men are taking, but it's not enough because yard work is not all that, it's not all that hard, right? But then you also have to think that men take care of a majority of the financial administration, which is their primary responsibility. You know, we understand that women, they are involved sometimes, but most of the time, for the bills, the man is taking care of paying the bills. Do we have insurance, long-term financial planning, tax preparation? Oh, he makes all the investment decisions. He handles that. Randy handles that. John handles that. Jose handles that. Dimitri handles that. Oh, we give that over to them. That's what they're doing. The man does it, puts it on autopilot. You never hear about it. You never see it because the man don't complain about it. Not at all. Right? So even, and it goes beyond, that's because he's making, no. Even when a woman has similar or higher income, men are still more likely to be the default financial manager, especially for when we look at retirement, when we look at debt strategy, when you look at large purchases. A man is over the finances. You outsource that to the man. So if you outsourced the basically, I mean, this stuff is outside of the house. Basically, so you've outsourced your finances to him. That's inside, right? But you've outsourced the car work, the yard work, all of that stuff you've outsourced to him already, right? So then you've also outsourced to him now personal security and risk handling. Women report relying on husbands for dealing with strangers or confrontations that could be inside the house and outside the house. Things that go bump during the night. A man's gonna have to check it out, right? Home security decisions, emergency situations, negotiating with contractors, mechanics, landlords. This is rarely framed as labor. It's, well, you know, that's what a man is supposed to do, that's or whatever, but it's still a responsibility. Okay? Crisis management, handling, observing financial shocks, managing sudden problems, job loss, car failure, legal issues, right? Things he handles so I don't have to think about them, right? Y'all don't want to talk about that. You also don't want to talk about men having to work longer hours, men taking riskier or more demanding jobs, men prioritizing income stability over personal preference, right? Women often report reduced pressure to be the sole provider. They have more flexibility in their employment decisions, even when working, right? Things women report stopping or reducing entirely, right? So constant self-reliance. They stop doing everything alone. They stop being the sole decision maker. They stop managing every risk themselves. Single women report higher levels of decision fatigue, cognitive load around safety and finances. Marriage redistributes that load, even if unevenly. Okay? Women often report fewer obligatory social outings, less pressure to maintain white dating era social networks, less performative social engagement. They don't talk about that stuff because they see it as unimportant. They see themselves as the ones taking on the entirety and shouldering the whole weight of a relationship. That's why you can get on a podcast and say marriage takes 8 to 10 years off of a married woman's life. And not bat an eye, because women think they're the only ones doing the work in relationships.
I'm not going on no date with a woman if she don't do these things. These 3 things. Spread positivity, meaning like spread positivity, be positive. Good morning, how you doing? How was your day? Simple shit. Be responsive and engaging, meaning I'm not going to pursue no woman who's dry and I got to carry a conversation by myself, who's not reciprocating the conversation. Spread positivity, be responsive and engaging, and being cooperative. I'm not going on a date with no woman unless she's that before the date. Cooperative meaning easy going, easy to get along with, easy to mesh well with. She's making the pursuit easy and it's not an uphill battle. I'm not going on a date with no woman unless she's doing these 3 things.
If you're doing more and more for your woman and she seems less and less into you, this might hurt a little bit, but you need to hear it. A lot of men feel the chemistry dying in their relationships and think, okay, I just need to do more. Men are fixers, so they start over-functioning, fixing all of her problems, checking on her 24/7. Showering her with attention, trying to emotionally bubble wrap her entire life. And then they're confused and frustrated. Bro, I'm doing everything. Why does she seem more distant than ever? Because here's the hard truth. You're smothering the chemistry. You're killing the dance. In the beginning, when things were good, there was a rhythm. You stepped forward. You asked her out. You bought her flowers. And then you gave her space to step toward you. Forward, back, both people moving. That's the tension. That's the uncertainty. The mystery, the pull, that's chemistry. When you start doing all the emotional work, all the reaching out, all the fixing and rescuing, you're not in a dance anymore. You're dragging. And there's nothing that kills attraction faster than feeling like someone's project. Most men lose the chemistry when they lose themselves. She didn't fall in love with a guy whose sole purpose was her. She fell in love with a man who was already on a mission, who already had purpose, who had his own gravity. But somewhere along the way, you traded your mission for managing her emotions. And when you made her your only purpose, you stopped being the man she was attracted to. A healthy relationship is not one person doing the work for both. It's 2 people on their own paths, their own missions, choosing to share that journey together. Both investing, both carrying the weight. That's where the spark lives. So if you've lost the chemistry, stop looking at her like she's the problem. Start with the mirror. Find yourself, and you'll be shocked how often you find your woman again. Get back on your mission. Get back to the gym. Get back in your purpose. Stand up like a man with somewhere to go and something to build. Because when you reclaim you, the dance can start again. And fellas, if you have lost that chemistry in your relationship, come join the Doughboy Nation. We'll get you back in fighting shape. Type dance in the comment section and I'll DM you back.
The stuff that these men do to women, they wouldn't do to you. They wouldn't step to no man like that. They wouldn't talk to or treat y'all like that.
Yeah.
But y'all sit back and watch it and think it's funny and think it's okay. And that's why a lot of us, it's crazy out here. There's no protection for us anymore. Men are not men no more. My daddy, I wish my daddy would hear you talk to me crazy. He would put you in your place. And that's anybody, like you would do your daughter. Are y'all going to sit there and watch somebody say something to your daughter crazy? You going to let somebody talk to your daughter crazy in front of you? No. But they'll do that to us, though. Especially in comedy. They're all in comedy. They'll see them do us dirty. They don't care. That ain't their business.
Yeah, when it comes to the assault thing, I think most men don't speak up because being afraid of like being outed themselves.
Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Who cares? What are you scared or what? Are you dumb? So you're weak then. So now women have to be. That's why y'all wonder why we're more masculine and stuff now, because you guys are weak. We have to do it. We have to protect ourselves. We have to step up. We have to say that's crazy work. We have to be the man and the woman all times. That's crazy. That's crazy work. When can I be a soft girl? Because I'm ready to be cute.
But if you were talking crazy, then it don't matter who it was that was coming against that man. They would have a problem too. Because daddy would have to understand. That man and daddy, or that man and brothers, would have to have a talk. Essentially what you would have to do in order to gain the power back is you would have to manipulate your brothers into trying to put their hands, or your dad into trying to put their hand on that man, is what you would have to do. Y'all be dead wrong in the way that y'all address men, y'all talk to men, y'all behave around men, be dead wrong. Y'all talk to men exactly like this, out of bounds, and when a man feeds you that energy back, then you get upset. Well, my dad would never talk to me like this. My brothers would never. My cousins would never. Do you talk to them like this and be serious about it? I know you might be playing around and yeah, you can't handle me and all that stuff. I know you might be messing around with them, but you don't be messing around with the men that be taking you out on dates. The stuff that you say, how you act, it's important. Y'all want to go out there and do anything and everything, say anything, talk how you want to talk, be with who you want to be with, dress how you want to dress. And when a man said, nah, you ain't for me, I'm not protecting that. Hey, I don't have any. Number one. Number two, your dad and your brothers, the people in your life have influence over you. When you was growing up, if daddy said, take that off, you went in there and took it off. Hey, you're not going to be wearing that. Down to the, hey, you're going to wear your hair like this today. Well, daddy, I don't want to. You going to wear this or you about to get a spanking. And you walked your little narrow behind back in that room and did what your daddy told you to do. And you be upset when you, oh, well, you know, dad used to give us spankings. And now being an adult, I understand it. And I love my dad even more for it. So your dad disciplined you and you didn't like it then. But now as an adult, maybe when you have children of your own, or you've gone through some of the trials and some of the issues and problems of your own, now you all of a sudden understand why dad did what he did. And so you respect him. And so now dad, that influence grows even more without him having to spank you anymore, because you understand. You've grown out of it. You've matured out of it. You don't go back and forth with him, maybe sometimes, but on the whole, you don't go back and forth with him because you feel like, well, now that I understand it as an adult, daddy has my best interest at heart. Brother has my best interest at heart. Cousin, uncle, nephew, even nephew has my best interest at heart. I need to listen. I might not like it all the time, but I need to listen. Y'all don't be doing that for men. A man, there was a woman, I think she was joking, but I've seen a lot of videos where women will do this, where a man might come up to you in the gym and say, hey man, your form looks like this, this, and this. I think maybe you ought to try this. You know, it keeps your back from hurting, and you know, it gives you a better overall build and lift, and you're more healthier when you do it this way. I don't want no man telling me what to do. I don't want him to do this. The man don't have any influence. So where the man don't have any influence, he can't guarantee. If he can't tell you, hey, I need you to do this, be here at this time, he can't guarantee it. I don't know what you're going to do. It's too volatile, so I'm not jumping in that. I think one of the people that I know, we were upset about it, but I stepped back and I talked to my wife about it and said, I understand where he's coming from, because he's got to guarantee her. He's got to speak up for her. Essentially, you know, she wanted to come down, and it was my mother-in-law. She wanted to come down and, you know, just kind of visit and all that stuff. And her man said, no, you don't need to be doing that. And, you know, we was upset about it because, you know, we wanted to come down and visit. And I said in that moment, well, you know, he's got to guarantee her. He's got to have the influence over her. So her driving by herself back and forth on those long roads late at night sometimes, or maybe even early in the morning, he's got to guarantee that. He got to know where he might be at work, and if she go off, she break down, he got to stop what he's doing and drive however long to get to where she's at. A man is worrying the entire time. He's getting in the car. I don't know what's going to go on. I don't know if this is going to happen. I've got to guarantee that. I think there was one time that she was following the GPS, and the GPS led her to a different path. And he really got on to her about, hey, don't you ever leave this road, and this and that. Well, why would he do that? And they were asking me, I said, well, if he had to come find you, he wouldn't have been able to. He'd have been looking. Nobody would have. You'd have been at the mercy of somebody that's around you. He's telling you stay on this path because he knows this path. Now the GPS might know a lot more paths. They might have different things that they know, but he knows this path. Stay on this path. You tell me what my dad's the same way. You tell me what mile marker you're at, and I'll know exactly where you are to the T. I'm on my way. It's going to take me about an hour and a half. Stay put. They will know that because they have to guarantee and they have to influence you. But if you're like this, to where you don't want to be influenced, you can do whatever you want to do, then the man's not going to protect you. He can't, because you're not underneath his umbrella. What y'all try to do is sing and dance in the rain. Let me be free. Oh, let me do whatever I want to do. Let me be a free spirit. And you sing and you dance in the rain and you have fun, and it's all fun and games until the thunder starts to strike. Ooh, what was that? Oh, was that lightning? Oh, shoot. Maybe I ought to get inside. And a man's been standing there the whole time. Hey, you need to get underneath this umbrella. You need to get inside. You need to get underneath this umbrella. And y'all don't listen to that. So the man walks off. Oh, I'm singing in the rain. Yeah, he's a loser. All these men are bums. I'm singing. Boom, that thunderclap. Oh, that ain't nothing but a little bit. You need to get in out the rain. Oh, that ain't nothing but a little bit of thunder. You're not listening to that thunderclap, and it touch you a little bit. Then all of a sudden, when you're lying down there on the ground, you want that man to run out and save you. All of a sudden, when that thunderclap and it strikes fear into your heart, where's the umbrella? Somebody come out here and come to rescue me. Somebody come save me. Well, I told you a minute ago, this is what the thunder is going to be doing. Don't step out from underneath this umbrella. You're not going to be safe. Well, if I was under the umbrella, I might have got hit with the thunder too. That's true. That's true. But we wouldn't have been out here. We would have scurried onto the house if you was underneath my umbrella. But you told me you didn't want to be. You wanted to stay out here in the rain. So I went on ahead in the house. You stayed out in the rain. I don't know what to do for you. So you can hem and haw and you can cry and you can do all you want to. Men have told you, I am not going to protect what I can't influence because I cannot guarantee it. It's too risky.